depending on these pharmakia rather than God. Right? Is that what the knee-jerk reaction today is in the world, even in the church? Getting a feeling over here, I better go to the doctor. Now, I'm not against doctors. Luke was a doctor. There's doctors out there that are doing good. Well, there's a lot of quacks out there, too. My mom used to call them quacks all the time. I thought she was the quack until I actually went and visited a quack myself. And this is how the experience went. You know, I knew I was struggling with high blood pressure, so I went in to have this checked out. And of course, you had to fill out a booklet of all your history and life and all this sort of stuff. But one of the questions that I had answered was if I frequent the restroom in the night. Well, and this is about 10 years ago. I was 40, and so yeah, I do. I'm just seeking some blood pressure medicine is what I'm seeking. I'm at the big money $5 clinic over in Marshall, that that's the health plan I have. And so this is like a Wednesday, and so she comes in the room, she does her thing or whatever, reads whatever. She gives me 2 scripts. She gives me one for blood pressure, she gives me one for frequenting the bathroom, okay, in the night. Now, anyone ought to know, first off, that a man of that age should maybe consider a prostate test or exam or something like that, because that's what's likely causing the... So what she was offering me was something to Band-Aid that, which obviously would have been a pharmakia. And so I wasn't asking for that, I wasn't looking for that. And just so you guys know too, the Lord has healed me of this stuff. I don't have these issues anymore. I'm not on any medications, okay? So, but nonetheless, I leave there. She gives me some blood work to do, to go over to the hospital, get some blood work done. But I mean, this appointment took so long, I didn't have time. So I bolted out of there. I came back, did my blood work 2 days later on Friday. But when I went to the pharmacy right after that appointment, I said, look, just fill the blood pressure one, but I want the printouts on both of them. See, this is what we all ought to be doing to be responsible, is examining what are they trying to give us. And so as I began to read what the side effects were and the warnings and all this sort of stuff, what I saw was that it said very clearly with that frequent the bathroom medicine, whatever it was called, not to take that with blood pressure medicine. That says, you gotta be kidding me. Now, how many of us will go in there, and because they're a doctor and they've given this stuff out, I trust the doctor, and we go, and then they start you on this road, so then what? What if I have issues 10 years from then, if I just kept going down this road, how many meds would I be taking a day now at 50? So anyways, I go back and see her again, I think it was the following Wednesday, and I bring this to her attention. I'm like, hey, look, it says I'm not supposed to take this with that. And she's like, do you mind if I see that? No, please do. This is the thing, they're not even informed. They don't even know what they're giving out. They're just, okay, this is what we give out. So she's like, after she reads it, she's like, well, I knew you'd be okay. Oh, really? Okay, did you get my results back from my blood test? Uh-huh. Oh, when did you get those? On Monday. Like, okay, let's go over them. Yeah, everything looks good, you're all fine, this and that. I'm like, okay, so you knew I'd be all right when you prescribed those on Wednesday, even though you didn't even really know what my blood results were until this Monday. So I'd have been taking both of these for 5 days at a risk of my life because you just knew I'd be okay. Sounds like you want a second opinion. I'm like, no, I'm trying to establish a level of trust with you, and it's hard for me to trust you if this is what's going on. And so my point is how do we know what they're giving us? Our knee-jerk reaction is, oh, this is going on, let's go to the doctor. Do I have a problem with doctors? I don't have a problem with doctors. Our boy has had 2 broken bones in like the last year and a half. There's times when you need to go get help. You got a broken bone, you need stitches, whatever it is. But what did we do before we went to the hospital? We prayed. We were hoping for a supernatural miracle, a mending of the bones, this sort of thing. It didn't happen, but we prayed, and we prayed, and we prayed, and we prayed all the way to the hospital, right? Does that mean my prayers weren't heard or answered? No, it doesn't.
It could have been way worse. It could have turned into, you need surgery, now his bones be messed up. No. So I don't discount the prayer, the fact of prayer. What I'm saying is that don't be scared of the doctors and don't be scared of the medicine. What I'm saying is do your due diligence, but always seek the Lord first. That's what the problem they had with the pharmakia back in those days. And so this is the thing. This is the world's practice, is that, this is what we do. We go to the doctor, we get a drug, we take the drug, and they don't pay any attention, but yet this is the same way that the church behaves and acts, and they ought not to. Ask God first. Ask God first. That's all I'm saying.